Big Bryan here, and we're here with John and Becky from Late Night Alumni, and we're going to talk to you guys today. Let's start off, give a little bit of background about you guys. I know you don't consider yourself local artists, but you're from the area here in Salt Lake. But you obviously have a global reach, and you have a lot of followers. But what's it like starting off in a place like Utah and then reaching out to the world?
That was fine. We just all happened to live here. And I think the reason we say we're in a local band is that it wasn't...
We never played here.
We didn't play.
Right.
We made all
we
the
just
music
made
here.
music.
The albums were mostly made all here, so it was mostly about... We didn't do what traditional bands do.
Yeah, we started with a UK label for our first albums. Our albums were imports.
Right.
It was weird.
Yeah. So, but it wasn't... We didn't think of it as a band. It was just we were writing songs together as producers and a singer, and it was just like, oh, let's do an album. Oh, great! There's 10 songs or 12 songs. It wasn't the traditional band route.
Yeah,
that's cool.
We'll start out that way.
Yeah.
You mentioned a process of the producing and then the singing that came together. Talk about how you start a project, a song. Does it always come from a similar source? Are you starting off with a rhythm structure? Do you just kind of get a melody in your head? What's your songwriting process?
Well, you can start with the
It kind
track.
of is usually a track idea, just like here's some chord changes and a beat. Sometimes we'll hum in a melody, sometimes not, and we give it to her. And she
then I
runs
write
with it
words.
from there. Yeah.
Where do you pull your inspiration for lyrics from?
I'm always writing things down. Sometimes if John or Finn sends me a melody idea, they'll sing sort of gibberish. And sometimes I'll hear certain phrases in the gibberish that I really like that were kind of unintended.
It was all in.
Yeah.
Like Joan of Arc, you sing Joan of Arc or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like
Joan of Arc. Yeah.
When you guys, you're in the studio, you've got everything figured out, tracked out, how are you provoking the emotion that you can get up on stage and connecting with the audience? How are you doing that in the studio?
That's not our first thought as far as getting up on stage.
No, and I mean, we think about it more now that we have been live, but for the first how many years?
Yeah, 6, 7 years.
That was never like a part of the thought process, because it was always just like, this is what we like, this is how it sounds, this is the way we're doing it.
For the record, there was no thought of how will this translate live until 2012.
Which actually made it tricky for when we did have to play live, because I sing very softly, and so we have a lot of feedback issues. So
yeah, I think a lot of times, just maybe overall as an album, you'd be like, we need a few more high energy songs.
Yeah,
that's kind of it.
Because
I don't think
that's the venue we're playing in, is clubs, and so we have the slower songs, but we go into it knowing those probably aren't the ones we're going to be playing live,
right?
Unless we do like a concert. So
So what got you guys started in music? What were like the first albums that you picked up? What were the early inspirations that you guys had that got you here? And then when you picked up your first album, what format was that in? Did you pick up a cassette or a record, or what was it?
What was mine?
You go first.
I think Depeche Mode was my first cassette tape.
My parents were classical music people, opera singers. So I just grew up with music. I didn't listen to pop music or rock music at all as a kid. So to me, rock and roll was the Star Wars soundtrack. Seriously, I would listen to movie soundtracks over and over.
What instruments did you pick up first?
Piano.
Piano?
Piano,
Did you?
I started singing early on, but then I learned guitar in my teens.
What is some advice you could give to them? I mean, from the age early down to 5 all the way up to somebody who's in their prime wanting to do this.
Ooh. Don't do it. Just kidding.
Exactly. Stay in school.
Go to law school.
Yeah.
No.
Become a music attorney, right?
Yeah.
You're going to work with music.
Yeah.
No, that's a tough one, because it's a gamble. The industry is a gamble for everybody, and talent doesn't necessarily mean you're going to make it. So it's tricky. I don't know. What advice would you give them?
Well, as far as the business, yeah. But as far as making it, it's a great time.
I think everybody should always make music. If you want to make music, always make music.
Yeah.
That's my advice. Even if you don't make money at it. If you need to get a job, or if you need to go to law school, great, but don't not make music.
And nowadays, there's no excuse with the
Yeah.
technology.
Right, it's easy.
So social
Yeah.
media for you guys, how are you using social media? Who do you guys follow? And then what kind of things do you share to help, keep the image that you want?
We're not very good at it.
Exactly. Fortunately, we have some people who help us with that.
Yeah.
But it's hugely important.
It is.
for us.
It is. We
No
need to be
doubt.
better at it. We always are kicking ourselves and saying we need to post more. We need to be more because it is. I mean, that's the way it is now, and that's what
Yeah,
people
it's
follow.
still the
And
main
that's,
way we get every bit of information.
yeah,
every
that's
new
how people
song,
know about
so-
shows and
Yeah.
So
So even though, we're not as good as
We
we
should
should be,
be.
it's still a huge part of everything we do.
We've seen a paradigm shift from where people
Yeah,
were picking up
for sure.
magazines and
Yeah.
that's how they heard about bands. And now you can, like I said, YouTube or Pandora, Spotify.
Yeah, or your friend on Facebook shares something.
yeah, what was that where you could like get 6 CDs in the mail?
Oh, yeah.
BMG.
BMG.
Yeah.
I had that for
Is
a
that
while.
with the gold box or whatever?
Yeah, you get it in the mail and you check it, and then
Yeah.
my mom would
Yeah.
get mad at me because
Yeah, and they keep sending you stuff.
you're like, if you
Wait.
forget to
Cancel any time,
Yeah.
if you remember.
if you remember to send this letter,
Yeah.
how do you stay true to what you guys are doing?
I think that's what was lucky is the first early things we did.
It was never intended to
Yeah.
be a big thing. It was just, it started
Like,
out
oh,
as
here's
just
some
fun.
songs.
Some of them you make together and you're like, yeah, this is a good song, but it's not one that, it's not like a, this should be released kind of a song, but it was really fun making it. And you kind of have to make those to get to some that you're like,
Yes.
yes, this one's a great song, this will be great to put out.
I don't think more than 48 hours goes I don't write something, even if I don't like it. And I think any writer would say that's the key,
Yeah.
is just keep writing. So there, I don't have any method for block. It's just like, just keep writing until you like something.
Thanks for coming out. Thanks for letting us do this tonight. We're really excited to see you guys on stage tonight, see what happens, and then this is Big Bryan, and we're signing out. See you guys next time.
Thanks.
Thanks.